was asking the Lord into what I should share, and I was prepared, but I was asking the Lord as I was standing here, one verse that stood out to me, and I felt before I get into the word, I should release that word, because what I've learned and understood that is it is very important for us to honor what the Lord is doing in our lives. Because a lot of time enemy takes the control, and sometimes situation takes the entire the light. But at times we just need to move and tell, oh, wait a minute, my driving, my steering is with my Jesus. Probably it might look like the road is bumpy, it might have good speed breakers, but my Lord is holding the steering. Amen. And I was standing there, one verse that I want to just release into your spirit, release into you, is Galatians chapter 4 verse 7. It says, so you are no longer a slave. You are no longer a slave. We have heard this verse a lot of times. As we come to church, a lot of times what happens is we are so pressured with the atmosphere. We are so pressured with our family, our work and everything. A lot of times we become slaves. A lot of times we become slave to the environment that is pressing us. But today let me release this. You are not a slave. But let me tell you what you are. This verse says, you are no longer a slave, but a son and a daughter. Why is it so important for me to realize that I am a son and a daughter? Is because the moment I realize that I am a son and a daughter, I can turn back and go to my father and say, Daddy, there is something going on in my life. And Daddy says, wait a minute, let me take control. Every time you feel, last 1 week you felt that you have been slaved, let me tell you, you can go back to your father and say, Daddy, I am there with you, please take control. Everyone, this is something that I felt in my spirit to release. Everyone who has gone through abuse in their lifetime, let me tell you, you are not a slave to that. You are not a slave to any kind of abuse that you have experienced in your family, in your office, any situation. Let me tell you, you are a son and a daughter. You are a son and a daughter. Let me repeat that for you. You are a son and a daughter. Probably you might have heard this a million times, but sometimes, it does not sink in. Sometimes it just takes time to console your soul. Hey, I'm a son. Yes, I worry. Yes, I get sad. Yes, I feel like nothing is in my control. But I'm still a son. I'm still a daughter. Let me tell you today, someone who is like, it might not be for everyone, but for the one person, let me tell that. You are a son. You are a son. You are a daughter. And a lot of times our relationship with our parents, sometimes it just goes south. And we are not able to experience what the Father's love looks like. But let me tell you today, His love is ready to embrace you. Some of you who have been asking, where is that love? Let me tell you, this week you're going to experience that love. Some of you that is questioning, how does that love look like? Let me tell you, you're going to see that love, how it looks like. So you are no longer a slave, but a son. Since you are a son, it says in Galatians chapter 4 verse 7, so you are no longer a slave, but a son. Since you are a son, God has made you also a heir. It's not just that you are not a slave, but now you have something to boast about. Something that you can say that I have of God. Not of man, not of our parents, not of our university, but of God. A lot of times we trust all these things, but we forget that we have a God that we have to be more trustful to. Let's say today that, Lord, help me to trust you more. Help me to trust you more. Help me to stay under you more. Because if we are able to do that, we'll not only just grow, we'll help people grow. A lot of times we are so self-centered. It's like, Lord, my pocket, my stomach. But let's say today, help me, Lord, so that I can grow my surrounding. I can grow everyone that is near me. As I was preparing for today, something that the Lord spoke to me was about how God helped Joshua to help the Israelites cross a situation. And today, as we stand here, probably you might be coming from different backgrounds, coming from different situations, coming from different areas of your life. You might be leading some people, or you might be leading yourself. I have a word for you. I have a word for you. Let's read Joshua chapter 3. Early in the morning, Joshua and all the Israelites set out from Shittim and went to Jordan, where they camped before crossing over. After 3 days, the officers went throughout the camp, giving orders to the people. When you see the ark of the covenant of your God and the priests who are Levites carrying it, you are to move out from your position and follow it. Then you will know which way to go, since you have never been this way before. But keep a distance of about 1,000 yards between you and the ark. Do not go near it. This is a passage where God instructs Joshua on how to lead the people. This is it's said, as we read the scripture, we understand that this is one of the last obstacle that is there before entering into the promised land. Have you ever, you've done everything and still you feel like there is an obstacle? Have you gone through that situation that you have fighted everything, but there is just one thing that you are not able to? Here, Joshua, God says, they in the morning they travel and they now reach at the bank of River Jordan. They are standing there. God says, stay there for 3 days. Have you ever had an encounter with your problem? It's like the day just goes. 24 hours becomes 28 hours. 28 hours becomes 3 hours becomes 6 hours. And time just slows down. Here, God says, camp here. And now they are seeing a big river, which during the time of harvest overflows. It's not just now a problem, now the problem has increased. Now you reach a certain situation, there is a problem, but when you reach there, the problem increases. Has it happened? Yes, that was a problem, but the moment you tried solving that problem, and the problem increased. And you are like, all this while I was praying, Lord, help me to overcome this problem. Now you have to pray more because you've seen the problem grow. You are still little and the problem has grown. Here, now God says to Joshua, we are so gracious that we have word every morning. That every time we stand at a place of problem increasing, we have a God that speaks to us. Every time the river would grow, they would ask, like, Joshua, you asked us to camp here. When we were, the day first, it was okay, we thought we could, but now we don't. What to do? And Joshua, it's not like Joshua is very experienced. He has just seen the death of Moses. He does not know. All this while, he knew was how God had led Moses. All this while, he has seen how God has graciously provided food for Moses. But now it is his time to see, this is how my father has experienced. He has seen how people fight with him, but yet stay humble. Joshua is like, I've seen my father do things. But Joshua is like, I've led people. But now God speaks to Joshua and says, when you see the ark of the covenant of the Lord your God and the priest and everything carrying it, you are to move from your position and follow. You don't move when you feel like moving. You don't feel like, oh, I have a sensation, Pastor. Oh, I think this is the right time for me to take that promotion. No. It's when you see the ark of the Lord moving. It's when you see all this while Israelites, when did they move? They moved only when the cloud. Now from the cloud moving, they have to see, oh, is the ark moving? Now they have to see. Earlier they could feel. Now they had to see. Are you ready to see? Are you ready to see? All this while you might have experienced God, but now are you ready to see? If my God moves, I have to move. Because my position shifts only when God moves. See, our problem is we want to move whenever we want. Pastor, how can you tell? So hard, no? When it is comfortable for me, I will move. It's not when you're comfortable, but when you see the ark of the Lord moving, when you see God moving from one direction to the other. The reason why that is important is because when you see God moving forward of you, see, in the Old Testament, there's a verse which says, now an angel of the Lord that was standing ahead of Israelites went behind them when Pharaoh and the Israelites' army came. Have you read that verse? It's in Exodus. It says, now the angel of the Lord that was there ahead of them. There was an angel that was there ahead of them. Do you know there is a God that stands ahead of you? A lot of time we have seen the world stand behind us. That's why we don't know if there is a God that is standing against us. Like not against, like that means ahead of us. And we forget that. A lot of times, as I was learning driving, my driving instructor would look at me and the road at the same time. And then there was one of my friend who did not know to drive, and he would only look at me. Hey, how are you driving, da? Drive slow. He would never look at the road. It's like, bro, drive slow. You don't know to drive. I know you don't know to drive. So I will look at you. You drive slowly. And my driving instructor would look at the road and then tell me, slow down. The perk of having God ahead of you is that He knows how you have to move. A lot of times, we are moving, but we are moving with the eyes closed. When God is not ahead of you, when you move blindly. Yes, you move. Yes, you move. But you move blindly. Because you don't know what is there ahead. But here now God is instructing Joshua and Israelites that first the ark of the Lord should move. And then you move your position. You need to be ready when the ark of the Lord moves. You need to pack yourself and make yourself ready. Because you can't just sit, today morning, no. Morning 8 to 9, no. Morning is good sleep time, Pastor. Let me tell you, learn to move when the ark of the Lord is moving. Learn to move when the God is moving. Because we are so used to move when our parents ask us, on a walk, please. Son, come with me. We are so used to walking like that we forget that we have to now see a God who walks ahead of us and shows, come. I have prepared a way for you. Here Joshua is leading Israelites and God is instructing Joshua that first you need to look if the ark of the Lord is moving. First thing that I want to tell you is learn to look at God. If He's moving from one position to other, if He's moving, learn to relocate yourself. Because relocation when God is moving, it becomes easy and comfortable. The reason I'm saying it's easy and comfortable is because now you know that the God is in control, not my situation is in control. That's why Jesus said, let's go on the other side. Have you read that passage? It says, Jesus says, let's go on the other side. Yes, in between somewhere some storms would come, but Jesus said, let's go on the other side. Because He has said that we will go on the other side. Even though storms come, we will still reach there. Works of moving when the ark of the Lord is moving. All this while you might not have anyone to guide you. All this while you might have people who guide you but to the wrong direction. But let me tell you, learn to look at the ark of the Lord and move. Because that move will help you to reach destination easier. Now they are standing at the bank of Jordan. It says during the time of harvest, the flow would increase. And now they are questioning their decision. They're questioning what Joshua told them. And the second thing it says, verse number 4, then you will know which way to go, since you have never been this way. But keep a distance of about 1,000 yards between you and the ark. Do not go near it. And verse 5 says, Joshua told the people, consecrate yourself, for tomorrow the Lord will do amazing things for you. The reason why Lord is not able to do amazing things for us is we are not able to consecrate ourselves. God, if you can fill this upper pocket that is inside of us, I am not ready to show. Which I am not ready to show. Which I am not ready to clean also. But we want blessing. But here, Joshua instructs the people that consecrate yourself. He's not saying ki the head of the family, consecrate your family. He's not saying, father, consecrate your son. Not saying, mother, consecrate your daughter. Joshua says to everyone, consecrate yourself, because the Lord is going to do an amazing thing for you. That means my blessing is dependent on how I locate myself and prepare myself for what Lord is going to do. That's why Jesus said, what do you have? Don't leave these people. What do you have? And that's when Andres said, all I have is very little. They were ready. They prepared themselves with the basket. And now multitudes saw something that they have never seen. Today, let me tell you, learn to consecrate yourself. Because the moment you do that, you tune into the heart of God. You tune into the wave of God. You tune into what God is going to do. First, learn to move when the Lord is moving. Learn to move. Can you tell to your neighbor, please learn to move? It's been 3-4 days that I've reached Bangalore. It's so hard to move here on road. Sorry, all the Bangaloreans, I'll pray for you. But it's so hard to move here. Walking also, you'll get stuck in traffic. But let me tell everyone, learn to move. Learn to move. Learn to move. Learn to move when the Lord is moving. Learn to move. Push yourself. It might not be comfortable. Let me tell you, it is never comfortable to move when the Lord is moving. Because our nature is what, We walked so much, This much we walked, 2 minutes we take rest. Because, when my father was teaching, Pastor Legend was teaching about how Jesus asked the guy who was near Bethesda pool, what do you want? He said, no one is there to put me. He's not telling I can't walk. Now his problem is no one. He's like, hey, Jesus is asking, that you sitting there is that your problem? See, we become so accustomed to our disabilities. We become so casual with the problem that we are going through. Okay, Pastor, all good. But let's learn to move. Let's learn to consecrate ourselves, because God is going to do amazing things for you. In order for God to do amazing things, first I need to learn when the God is moving. It says, verse number 3 it says, move from your position and follow. Yeah? You're all with me? Can you read it? Can we read it together? Yeah? No, once I heard a story which I've shared to our church in Navi Mumbai. And it's a story that I learned in Bible college. So during the old times, there was no doctors, English doctors. So once a cow had a flu, a cold, and they brought in a Vaidyan, an old village doctor. And what he did is, he took some of the tree, leaves that he had and fruit, and he crushed it and made it like a watery substance. He told everyone to tie the cow and make his nose upright so that I can pour it to its nose. And it took some time and everyone did it. And by the time he poured it, the cow sneezed. And after that, the Vaidyan has never had cold. I'm ready to bring medicine for you. If you don't receive, I will never have cold. Now you can sit like that. A lot of times we want medicine, but we don't want it the way the doctor wants it. It says, move out from your position and follow it. Tell yourself, follow. Follow. Move and follow. Because a lot of times we move. We are moving. We are just moving. Pastor, when Pastor asks, where are you? Pastor, there I was. Next week he has, Pastor, there I was. We are just moving. But when we are moving, we are following. Joshua has seen Moses, how he follows. And now God is teaching him through that you've seen your father follow. You've seen your father move. Now it's your time and Israelites to move. Learn to move. Learn to move and follow. Learn to move and follow. Let me repeat that. Learn to move and follow. And then he says, consecrate yourself. Because today's consecration will lead for tomorrow's greatness. Today's consecration, it does not say, now you will consecrate and now amazing things will happen. Is it written like this? Consecrate yourself for tomorrow. It's not that Lord can't do it today. It's not that the Lord does not want to do it today. In order for you to receive by the magnitude that He is going to do, you need to prepare. In order for me to receive greatness, I need to learn to stay under a greatness. In order for Lord to pour in greatness, I need to reconstruct myself. That's why Elijah, what he did, he first he repaired the altars that were broken. Because he knew broken altars cannot produce fire. In order for fire to happen, in order for amazing things to happen, it's not just you take a bath and put a good cloth. It's not that you use iPad or Bible. It's you consecrate yourself. You prepare yourself. You consecrate yourself. You always be ready because you know tomorrow. That's why it says His mercies are new every. Because today when you consecrate, tomorrow's mercies you are ready to receive. When you are ready today, that's why it's so important for us for every day to prepare ourselves for tomorrow. Today might be hard. Today might have its own challenges, but don't worry about tomorrow. Because Lord is going to do amazing things tomorrow. It's not that the Lord does not know to do it today for you guys. People who have come here for the first time, probably you have come. It's not that the Lord does not know. It's not that He has not seen you cry. It's not that He has not seen your fathers cry, your family cry together. It's for you to prepare for the greatness that He's going to do tomorrow. It is for the way that God is going to work. Now you know. That's why when Jesus told the disciples, let's go on the other side. Now when the winds and the wave came. Now that's why now disciples know, oh, now the wind and the waves also obey this. Chosen disciples who knew secrets that other people didn't know. But they didn't know that wind and waves obey Jesus. When I consecrate, I know the Lord. When I consecrate, I know what my Lord can do. When I consecrate, I know my God is in control. My consecration helps me to see how great my Lord is. My consecration helps my family to see how my Lord works. My consecration helps my company to see what God I serve. My consecration helps everyone in my church who is crying, who has not seen an answer. For them it helps. Tomorrow the Lord is going to do a great thing. Today it might not look like it. Today when you see, you might see the Jordan overflowing double. But there is a tomorrow and there is a forever God. We know there is tomorrow, but we don't know there is a forever God. But today let me remind you from Mumbai that there is a God who is forever living. Let me remind you today, everyone, those who are sad and worried, that there is a God. Because at times I've asked the Lord, why? Till 9th standard I didn't know to put my shirt buttons. I would ask the Lord, why? Like, bit hard for me, Lord. But now I know, if I can do, if my God can help me, because tomorrow the Lord is going to do a great thing. I prepare today because I know my Lord is great tomorrow as well. I prepare. A lot of times we are prepared for Sunday, but we are not prepared for Monday. We are prepared. We are prepared for today, but not for tomorrow. Sorry. But let me tell you, when you go back from this door, walk as if you are prepared for tomorrow. Because you know today you have consecrated. Because you know today the Lord has spoken to me. Because you know my God shall live forever long. For we are no longer slaves, but sons. I'm here to remind you, you are not a result of a problem. You are not a result of a situation. Your life is not a result of a situation. Oh, this though happens with me, Pastor. It's so usual. But tomorrow, the Lord is going to do great things for you. I've not come here to motivate you, sorry. It's not motivating you for tomorrow. It's helping you to see how great our God is. Because a lot of times we forget. A lot of times problem makes us forget. It's not that we don't want to see, it makes sure that we forget. It makes sure. Now this was the how God led Israelites. Now in this, God is teaching Joshua how he's leading him as well. See, sometimes we become like Israelites. Someone lead me, but at our home, we are our Joshuas. There are some people who are looking at us, trusting. Let me tell you, God is speaking to you as well. Because we've seen our fathers walk. We've seen the glory of our fathers. We've seen how miraculously they have overtaken greatness so easily. And now we are worried, will we be able to do? At times, sometimes we think we lack knowledge. Sometimes we think we lack everything what they have. But one thing that holds us together is that we are their sons. And that grace runs through us. And because we have seen how Moses has walked with the Lord, now God says to Joshua, verse number 7, it says, the Lord said to Joshua, today I will begin to exalt you in the eyes of all Israelites. Before everyone is standing, I'll make sure to exalt you, because you have stood to tell my people what to do. The moment you become a vessel to what the Lord is doing, God exalts you. We want to be exalted, but not the vessel. Pastor, is an easy way to be exalted? No. The easiest way to be exalted by the Lord is to become a vessel. Do you know the best used vessels look ugly? They might look ugly. Have you seen, I don't know if Bangalore mothers do that, but Kerala mothers do. Depending, so I put this like this. Depending on how lovely the guest is the best vessels that come out. Yeah? Yeah? Oh, don't take that. Don't. The other one that is kept inside. 1947 we kept one cup. Let's become a vessel where God can blindly trust at any given fire, any given situation. Because He knows, in this vessel, you can contain as much as possible. Look a bit old, but I can use it anytime. I don't want to look brand new. A lot of people want to look brand new. But the moment you get used by God, probably you might look not good. Probably you might not have the best orating skills. Probably you might not have the best grasping skill as well. But the Lord will exalt you, because you have seen how Moses has walked. You have stood with him. You have seen how Moses has experienced God, and you still be near the tent. Because you know there is a God. If He can speak to my Moses, He can speak to me as well. And you have taken joy in how God has spoken to Moses. Do you know Joshua took joy? He would wait. He would wait. He would wait. Pastor, 9:30 the service starts. The bus is already late. 2 I have to reach home. 1:30 I will leave church. 1 I will pack my bag. 12:30 I will prepare my mind. 11, oh, it's already late. I will not go to church. It's so busy. So pressured. But let me tell you, move and follow. Every day, move and follow. Move and follow. Move and follow where the Lord is. Even to the seat where you are sitting. We are so used to comfortable to one place sometimes. Where God wants to make you sit to another place where a person is hurt and you will smile and they will feel happy. But you are like, no, I cannot leave this seat. Move and follow. The Lord is going to do amazing things tomorrow. Not just for you, but your family. Not just for your family, but for your generation. That not just for you, but your generation. Verse number 13, Joshua chapter 3, verse 13. It says, as soon as the priest who carried the ark of the Lord of all the earth, set foot in the Jordan, and its water flowing downstream will be cut off and stand up in a heap. Can you imagine the same sea that stood for 3 days and saw? It's not that they just saw it for 1 day. It's not just that they saw for 2 days. 3 days. The same river is now standing. Please pass. Please, I will stand here. You go. Because they consecrated themselves. Now the same thing that was telling, let me see how you walk. Let me see how you run your family. Let me see how you stand, how you put your tithe. Let me see. And the same thing is now standing. It's like, oh, let me wait. Oh. I thought I was looking at them, but they didn't know that there is a God that is standing ahead of us, who is the Lion of Judah. There's a God that is standing ahead of us, who is ready to walk if we allow Him to go forward. And where He goes, there blessing is. Where He goes, there is breakthrough. A lot of times we want to be the first person that is standing outside the door. But let's ask ourselves that, do I need to stand, or can I take a step back and ask the Lord, please? Because He is the Alpha, He is the beginning. When we give Him the room, this is a song that coming to my mind. It's called Nalla Devane Ningalellavere Nalladaki Nishtate. It says, good God, lead us all to. Every time you stand in a situation where you feel things are not going good, ask the Lord to take a step ahead. Every time you feel things are out of your control, ask the Lord, Lord, can you take control? Can you step ahead? See, when enemy sees us, he tries to attack us. And when they see the Lord, now you have covered yourself in the Lord. Now you are not getting attacked. The Lord is protecting you. And it says, who can stand against this God? The reason why a lot of things are standing against you is because the Lord is not standing ahead of you. Just ask the Lord. Can we evaluate ourselves and ask, is my Lord standing ahead of me? Or am I standing ahead of myself? Because the same people, the same people who I talked about in book of Judges, let me take you there as well. Because Judges chapter 2 verse 6. After Joshua had dismissed the Israelites, they went to take possession of the land, each to his own inheritance. The people served the Lord throughout the lifetime of Joshua, and all the elders who outlived him, and who had seen all great things the Lord had done for Israel. Now, verse number 10. After the whole generation had been gathered to their fathers, another generation grew up who knew neither the Lord nor what He had done for Israel. Verse 11 says, then Israelites did evil in the eyes of the Lord and served Baal. The moment you don't see what your fathers have done, the moment you forget what the Lord has done, you subject to serving other things. These are the same people, another generation, who has neither seen what the Lord has done, nor they are. Verse number 10, let me read that again for you. After the whole generation had been gathered to their father, another generation grew up who neither knew the Lord, nor what He had done for. Let's not be that generation. Let's not be that generation who neither knows the Lord or not what He's done. Because we have seen how God has led our fathers. We have seen with our eyes how He has led our generals. Let's not be that generation who forgets the Lord and what He has done. Let's be that generation who moves when the Lord moves. Let's be the generation who prepares themselves well, because they know that the Lord is great and He's always doing amazing things in my life. Can we all rise up to our feet? As we stand here, let's ask ourselves, am I moving? Or am I made myself comfortable at a place? Am I doing what my heart pleases? Or have I asked the Lord, can you take a step, oh Lord? Can you ask yourself? Don't look here and there. Just ask yourself. And if you have not, just pray, Lord, take control. Take control. Take control. Take control. Take control, O Lord. Take control. Take control, O Lord. Every situation that has happened in my life, take control. Take control, O Lord. Take control. Take control. Because I want to move when you move, O Lord. I don't want to move when you don't move, O Lord. I want to move when you move, O Lord. I want to see when you move, O Lord, so that I don't miss when you move. A lot of times the Lord is moving, but I don't know the Lord is moving. Lord, open my eyes to see when you move. Open my eyes to see when you move, O Lord. Ask the Lord, Lord, open my eyes to see. Let's not be like Balaam. Let's open our eyes. Ask the Lord, Lord, remove my blindness, so that I see what you see and I see when you move. Help me, O Lord. Help me, Lord. Help me, help me, help me. Help me, O Lord. 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 For one moment, can you open your eyes? Now, Joshua chapter 6, it says like this. Now, Jericho was tightly shut because of Israelites. No one went out and no one came in. Then the Lord said to Joshua, see, I have delivered Jericho into your hands. Lord, it has more protection now. It has more snipers, those are assigned. It has more good security guards. All the sleeping one they have sent back. And then verse number 2 says, then the Lord said to Joshua, see, you might see a good, strong guy there, but let me tell you, I have delivered Jericho into your hand. When you see the enemy is more powerful, is the Lord says, see with your eyes. The Lord is asking us to see how great our God is. Because when we see the greatness of our God, any city that is protected, any city that is standing against of us is nothing. Because the Lord says, I have delivered them in your hand. Can you imagine the strongest person standing there, and now the leanest guy, God is telling to him as well, see, I have delivered them. Probably they might be more prepared. Probably they might have the newest technology. They might have the newest Harvard degree. But I have delivered them into your hands. Every Jericho that is standing against of you, every Jericho that is taken every control of you, I stand at this place and grace under my Father and say that this Jericho is delivered unto you. Look at yourself and the God that you serve. Jericho wall is nothing. Because if the Lord can make me stand here, He's a sovereign Lord that can make each and every one of you stand here. Lord is going to do amazing things tomorrow. Next week, as we meet for fasting prayer, as we meet in our office, as we meet someone, tell them the Lord is going to do something for you. The Lord is going to do something for you tomorrow. Because today I have prepared myself for tomorrow. Because I have seen my Father. Because I have seen how God has led Moses. Because I have seen how God has led Joshua. I have seen my God led my apostle. I've seen my God led my prophet. I've seen my God led my leaders. And if that Lord can lead them, hey, can't He? Can't He? So next 1 week, are you prepared? When you step out, when you hold that door, when the ushers hold that door out for you, and they say, it was so nice meeting you. Do you tell yourself, I know there is great thing waiting ahead of me in Bangalore, in India? Oh, come on. Oh, you thought only inside this church? Sorry, let me remind you, not only in Hormaur, not only in Bangalore,